Imagine waking up tomorrow morning. You reach for your phone, but it isn't there. Because you don't need it anymore. You blink twice, and the time appears in the corner of your vision. You glance left, and your health data, heart rate, sleep quality, cortisol levels. You stand up. Your body feels different, stronger, cleaner, more yours than it ever has before. You walk to the mirror, and the person staring back at you, they are you, and yet they are something else entirely. This isn't science fiction. This isn't a movie. This is the decade we are living in right now. And by 2050, this will be ordinary. Welcome. If you're watching this, you are alive at the most consequential moment in human history. Not the most dangerous, not the most frightening, the most consequential. Because 2050 isn't just another year on the calendar. It's a threshold, a line in the sand between what humanity was and what humanity is becoming. Think about it. Every major revolution in human history, fire, agriculture, printing, electricity, the internet, each one changed how we live. But 2050 will be different in one crucial way. For the first time in history, the revolution isn't happening around us. It's happening inside us. In this video, we're going to walk through your life in 2050. Your body, your home, your mind, your relationships. We'll look at the extraordinary possibilities and the very real dangers. And we'll ask the question that matters most. In a world where humans can be upgraded like software, what does it mean to still be human? Stay with me, because this one's going to change how you see the mirror. Let's start with something deeply personal. Your body. By 2050, the way humans look will have shifted in ways that are subtle but unmistakable. Not because we'll all look the same, but because the tools available to shape our appearance will be unlike anything in history. Skin. Dermatological science is already moving at a staggering pace. By the mid-2030s, personalized skincare driven by AI and genetic analysis won't be a luxury. It will be routine. Topical compounds that target your specific DNA profile will slow cellular aging at the surface level. UV damage, scarring, hyperpigmentation, manageable. Not for the wealthy few, but for the many. And that's before we get to photobiomodulation therapy, low-level light treatments available as wearable patches that stimulate collagen production. By 2050, your skin won't just look younger, it will be younger, biologically speaking. Height and posture. Exoskeletal support garments, ultra-thin, worn under clothing, will reshape posture in real time. This isn't science fiction. Early versions already exist in rehabilitation medicine. By 2050, they will be fashion items. Your spine will be straighter, your gait more balanced, and the downstream effects, reduced chronic pain, improved confidence, will be enormous. Hair and features. Cosmetic gene therapy, already in early clinical trials, will give people real, lasting control over hair color, growth patterns, and even facial structure over time. Not surgery, not dye, targeted biological reprogramming. You'll be able to activate or silence certain genes, with your doctor's guidance, the way you might update a setting on your phone today. Fashion. Oh, and what you wear will be almost unrecognizable. Smart textiles, fabrics embedded with sensors and micro actuators, will adapt to your body temperature, your emotional state, your surroundings. Your jacket will shift color in low light. Your workout clothes will monitor your lactate threshold, and sustainable biofabricated materials, grown in labs from fungi and algae, will have replaced most fast fashion. You won't just wear clothes, you'll wear systems. And underneath all of it, you will be healthier, more capable, and more deliberately you than any generation before. Now let's walk through your day. It's 6:47 a.m. You didn't set an alarm. Your sleep tracker woke you at the optimal point in your sleep cycle. Your bedroom's ambient light shifted from deep red to soft gold over 20 minutes, nudging your cortisol naturally. Your home is alive in 2050, but not in the intrusive, anxious way early smart homes were. It's more like a thoughtful presence. It knows your preferences without asking. It conserves energy by learning your patterns. It's built from materials that generate solar power, filter air, and regulate humidity automatically. Breakfast. You don't just eat for pleasure in 2050. You eat for performance, because the data is right there, telling you what your body needs today. Your microbiome profile, updated weekly by a non-invasive gut scan, tells your kitchen AI exactly what nutrients you're deficient in. Your breakfast is personalized not by a dietitian, but by a system that knows your biology better than you do. Work. Where do you go? Probably nowhere. Not because you're lazy, but because presence has been redefined. Spatial computing environments, think beyond what today's VR headsets can do, will make remote collaboration better than being in person. You will sit at your desk, put on a thin, stylish pair of AR glasses, and find yourself in a virtual conference room with colleagues in Tokyo, Lagos, and Sao Paulo. You'll feel like you're in the same room, because for all practical purposes, you will be. Transportation. When you do leave home, you don't drive, unless you want to. Autonomous vehicles have achieved mainstream adoption across most major cities by 2030. By 2050, urban transit is orchestrated by AI logistics systems that eliminate traffic jams in real time. Your commute, if you have one, takes half the time it does today. Food. One more thing about how you eat in 2050. Lab-grown meat is mainstream. Vertical farming feeds dense urban populations. Food waste. Currently one of the planet's biggest contributors to carbon emissions, has been slashed. Not because people became morally perfect, because the system made sustainable choices the easy choices. Your life in 2050 isn't faster exactly. It's smarter. Less friction. More intention. This is the section that will matter most to you, your health. Right now, we treat disease after it arrives. By 2050, that model will be broken, replaced by something far more powerful: continuous prevention. Biosensors, embedded in wearables or, for some, beneath the skin, will monitor hundreds of biomarkers in real time. Blood sugar, inflammation markers, early cancer signals, hormonal shifts. And AI systems will detect patterns months, sometimes years, before symptoms emerge. The leading cause of death in the developed world isn't going to be what it is today. Because by 2050, we will catch it first. Aging. Now here's where it gets genuinely extraordinary. Senolytics, drugs that selectively clear out damaged, aging cells from your body, are already in human clinical trials as of the early 2020s. By 2050, the first generation of broadly available senolytic therapies will be on the market. They won't make you immortal, but they may add years of healthy, functional life. Not bedbound years, active years. The concept of a biological age, separate from your chronological age, won't just be an idea. It will be a number on your health dashboard. Gene editing. CRISPR technology, already capable of editing the human genome with surgical precision, will by 2050 be targeting hereditary diseases with real efficacy. Sickle cell disease is already in the crosshairs. Huntington's, certain inherited cancers, and the ethical questions around enhancement, not just treatment, will be the loudest debate in global bioethics. Because once you can edit out disease, what stops you from editing in advantage? Implants. Neural implants won't be common by 2050, but they will exist. Early adopters, people with paralysis or neurological conditions, will be using brain-computer interface technology that lets them control devices, communicate, even feel sensations through digital means. The first wave is medical, but the second wave? That's a whole other conversation. What happens when the boundary between your mind and your technology begins to blur? By 2050, augmented reality will be fully ambient. Not a headset you put on for an experience, a layer of information draped over reality at all times. Navigation, translation, identification, memory augmentation, all visible through smart lenses thinner than a contact lens. You will walk into a meeting and know, in real time, the name of every person in the room. You will travel to Paris and read every sign in perfect English. You will look at a building and see its history hovering above it like a ghost. AI companions. This is perhaps the most quietly revolutionary change of all. By 2050, most people will have an AI companion, not a chatbot, but a deeply personalized intelligence that knows your history, your preferences, your anxieties, your dreams. It will help you write, think, plan, create. It will challenge you when you need to be challenged. It will comfort you when you're struggling. Is it friendship? Is it a tool? The answer will be yes, and we're not sure yet. The Neuralink horizon. Brain-computer interfaces like Neuralink, already tested in human patients by 2025, will by 2050 be moving beyond medical use for a small but growing community of early adopters. The ability to type with thought, to recall information like accessing a hard drive, to send emotional states directly to loved ones, not as words, but as feelings. That is either the most beautiful thing you've ever heard or the most terrifying, possibly both. Technology doesn't just change how we work and think. It changes how we love, how we compete. how we value each other. Work and economy. By 2050, AI will have automated roughly 30 to 40% of current job categories. Not eliminated jobs entirely, but transformed them beyond recognition. The workers who thrive will be the ones who learn to work with intelligent systems, not against them. Universal basic income pilots are already underway in 2026 in several countries. By 2050, some form of economic safety net tied to automation displacement will likely exist in most developed economies. The question of meaning. If work no longer defines us, what does? Will be the existential challenge of a generation. Dating and relationships. Human connection, it turns out, is not optional. And in 2050, people will still fall in love, still have their hearts broken, still argue about who does the dishes. But the context will be different. Dating apps will use deep biometric and psychological profiling to make matches based on compatibility signals no human could detect consciously. Long-distance relationships will feel less distant, with shared AR spaces that let couples inhabit the same virtual room from across the world. And yes, the rise of AI companions will raise urgent questions about emotional dependency, about what intimacy means, about whether synthetic connection is real connection. Privacy. It will be the scarcest commodity in 2050. Every device, every surface, every interaction generates data. Your health data, your location, your emotional states, all flowing through systems you may not fully control. The regulatory battles of the 2020s will have shaped this landscape, but surveillance capitalism will not have vanished. It will have evolved. You will have more information available than any human in history, and less certainty about who is watching you have it. Let's not pretend. Progress has never been clean, and 2050 will not be a utopia. The inequality problem. Every technology we've talked about, genetic therapies, neural interfaces, AI companions, longevity drugs, will arrive first for the wealthy. And if access remains stratified, we won't just have income inequality, we'll have biological inequality. Some humans living longer, thinking faster, looking healthier, not because they worked harder, but because they could afford the upgrade. That is not a small problem. That is a civilizational fracture. Psychological fragmentation. When your AI knows you better than your therapist, when your social feed is curated by algorithms to maximize your engagement and minimize your discomfort, the risk is profound. A generation that never faces friction, never sits with difficulty, never builds the psychological resilience that comes from navigating an unoptimized life. Loss of identity. And here's the deepest question, the one scientists and philosophers are already losing sleep over. If you can edit your genes, reshape your appearance, expand your cognition with implants, and outsource your memory to a cloud, at what point do you stop being you? Is identity the body? The mind? The memories? The continuity of experience? We don't have the answer yet, but by 2050, we'll have to find one. So here we are, 2050. You wake up in a home that knows you. You wear clothes that protect you. You carry a body that is healthier and more capable than any version of you that came before. You work alongside minds, human and artificial, that amplify what you're capable of. You live, potentially, longer and better than any of your ancestors could have imagined. But none of those technologies, not one, will answer the question that has haunted humanity since we first looked up at the stars and wondered why we were here. What do you do with the time? What do you build with the capability? Who do you choose to be when you have more power over that choice than any human in history? The future isn't something that happens to you. It is something that happens because of you. Every choice you make today, the skills you build, the values you carry, the questions you dare to ask, shapes the version of 2050 that actually arrives. There are two futures ahead. One where the upgrades go only to those who can pay, where the mind is colonized by engagement algorithms, where we optimize the human body and forget to protect the human soul. And one where these tools are wielded wisely, where the gift of longer life is matched by the gift of deeper meaning, where we look at the world we've built and say, with honesty, and not without difficulty, we did something worthy here. The difference between those two futures? That's you. That's us. That's the choice we're making right now. If this video made you think differently about the decade ahead, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Drop a comment below telling me, which part of 2050 excites you most, and which part worries you most? I read every one. And if you want to keep exploring what's coming for humanity, subscribe, because we are just getting started. The future is not a destination, it is a decision.